Good morning, but more importantly, and most importantly, happy Thanksgiving to the viewers, the fans, the subscribers, and the channel members that make this possible, that make this probable, that make this stand out again. Hopefully you have a good Thanksgiving. Maybe it's a Friendsgiving. Maybe it's a family giving. Maybe you're just by yourself. Maybe you are with family, cousins, aunts, uncles, moms, dads, brothers, sisters. Maybe it's just classic. It's vintage. Whatever you may be, however you may be spending it, whatever you may be eating, whatever you may be drinking, whatever desserts you might be having. Again, happy Thanksgiving to each and every one of you. Let's get right into the story because we're going to mix it up, and we're going to mix it with some volatile rumors, gossip, and speculation to open up your Thanksgiving morning. And yeah, let's jump right into it. Good morning, everybody. We are waking up to an extremely urgent and heartbreaking WWE rumor just hours before Thanksgiving. Well, it's Thanksgiving right now, but you're probably not eating at 8 o'clock in the morning. But maybe you are. I don't know. And with Survivor Series 2025 right around the corner, according to those in the know, we're going to go heavy into this. Remember to become a channel member today. Click that donation button below. Become a channel member today by using your credit card. A top WWE star, according to those in the know, someone heavily involved in the Survivor Series buildup, okay, is now facing a catastrophic, life-altering medical emergency that could result in a leg amputation as early as tomorrow. Now, this is developing, and this directly could change the Survivor Series. Now, late last night, just after midnight, officials were notified that the superstar had been rushed into emergency care. Doctors found a rapidly spreading vascular emergency, the kind where every second counts. They warned that if the circulation couldn't be restored, life-saving amputation may be the only choice. And WWE could now be dealing with the shock in real time. Now, before we continue, viewers, before we continue into this, and we're going to give you the most volatile details, the most exclusive headlines. These stories are incredibly difficult to cover, especially during the holidays. Now, if you want to help keep this show show and view live on YouTube, consider dropping a super thanks donation or becoming a channel member today. It truly helps support this channel during weeks and times like this. And also, you know the kind of time and effort and emotion and passion, the blood, sweat, and tears I give to you guys every single day and every single way. Now, this wasn't just a minor injury, viewers. This wasn't just something that you can say, it's nothing. This superstar was fully active this week, cleared, rehearsing, and preparing for the Survivor Series. The sadness of this condition has stunned absolutely everybody. Thanksgiving morning has become a medical emergency instead of a celebration. At about 2:40 a.m., producers were told to stop everything. Triple H received the call shortly after, according to gossip online. Internal messages were sent to top talent. A backstage source told us this changes the entire tone of the weekend instantly. The crisis mode switch was immediate as well, according to those in the know. Now, if you look at the history of WWE, not only leg injuries, but there have been amputees. There have been wrestlers that have wrestled one-legged. Remember Zach Gowen, ladies and gentlemen. Remember him. And then remember the late, great Kamala, who also had to have his leg amputated. I think it was due to diabetes. So there have been wrestlers in the industry that have had to have their legs amputated, or leg injuries or leg issues or leg surgeries under these extreme circumstances. So there is history with WWE stars in leg amputations. I think even Mad Dog Vachon at one point was battling and had one leg. So as you can see, there is a past, there is a history with amputations in world wrestling entertainment. Make no mistake about that, viewers. So this is not like this is new. It is rare, but it certainly is not new. Now, this shakes Survivor Series, the impact of it, the significance of it, ladies and gentlemen. The elimination match he was featured in has now been rewritten. Storylines that have been building for weeks now have to shift. Creative teams are meeting again later on this morning on Thanksgiving. I mean, maybe via Skype, maybe via a media call. Now, timing changes for entrances and promos are underway. Survivor Series is being rebuilt from the ground up. Now, remember, you might be saying, well, Sean, we got SmackDown this week, right? Well, SmackDown was recorded. SmackDown was taped last week. So tomorrow's SmackDown is not live because the WWE wanted to give their superstars time with their families, a little bit of time off, a little bit of time away from the WWE ring and the rigors and the vigors that it comes with it. But tomorrow's SmackDown is a taped show, so the results are online, but we will not be given any spoilers on this very show, Sean's View Entertainment. Now, the Thanksgiving medical battle, viewers, okay? The superstar is currently surrounded by family, being monitored by specialists, awaiting a final judgment from surgeons, and battling for circulation in his leg. Doctors are doing everything to save it, but time is not on their side, according to speculation online. Similar past incidents, again, are extremely rare. They have happened in sports, but not like this, not right before a major PLE pay-per-view, not on a holiday, and not with this level of creative involvement. The timing is absolutely devastating. Now, Triple H's early morning meeting, viewers. Triple H reportedly held a crisis meeting shortly after sunrise, and decisions made could include Survivor Series creative restarts, backstage or backup match plans activation, production teams called in early, announcers teams prepared for sudden changes, pending a medical update, more rewrites expected by noon. Now, the timing, the urgency here is absolutely vital. The morale is low, but WWE is trying to stabilize at this stage of the game. And look, covering these kind of stories, real-life WWE emergencies every day takes a lot of energy and time. And if you appreciate this kind of detail and constant updates around the clock, please drop a super thanks or a channel membership. Goes a long way in helping Sean View stay alive and fully independent on YouTube for you, because you're not going to get no AIs. You're not going to get no edits. You're not going to get no this, that, and the other. You're going to get the unapologetic Sean's View entertainment in real time. Wrestlers close to this star are completely heartbroken. One of them said, "This is one of the strongest guys I've ever met. Nobody ever imagined this." Many wrestlers who plan to travel home for Thanksgiving are staying close to their phones instead. How this has unfolded, guys. Wednesday morning, discomfort reported. Wednesday night, circulation drops. Early Thursday, emergency exams. Thanksgiving morning, surgical specialist called. Today, final medical decision is pending. Now, this, viewers, is volatile, and it is unfolding by the minute, by the moment. Survivor Series could now include, again, breaking news on the Survivor Series this morning, a surprise name stepping into the match for a possible potential replacement, a match possibly being moved to the kickoff show, commentary adjustments, reworked backstage angles, a replacement storyline being rushed through production. WWE is building a brand pay-per-view under pressure. Will WWE address it publicly? It depends on the severity of today's outcome. WWE could or may acknowledge the medical emergency, the superstar's absence, a card change, a respectful moment during the show, but they will avoid anything insensitive or storyline-like about the situation. Again, this could all be an angle, all right, to swerve, to detour us from thinking what's really going to happen. Again, this could be a storyline, okay? The WWE have done some very controversial storylines in the past, and this would not be above the WWE to do something quite like this. Now, names being mentioned internally include, for backup, a major NXT standout, a rising star on the Blue Brand of SmackDown on the USA Network, a returning vet, a wild card surprise appearance, maybe somebody from outside, TNA, NJPW, ROH, maybe even AEW. Now, who would make the most sense joining the team of Roman Reigns from AEW? Dean Ambrose, Jon Moxley. That would make a whole hell of a lot of sense. Now, Thanksgiving Day is now going to be filled with emotional phone calls, concerned talent messages, text messages, emergency creative discussions, uncertainty about the show structure, support pouring in for the superstar and his family. The entire roster is absolutely shaken. It is absolutely devastated at this time. Now, expect updates today on whether the amputation was required, rewrites for Survivor Series, the official WWE statement, travel assignments, reassignments, talent morale going into the weekend. This is a fluid, emotional update. Now, viewers, I'll tell you this right now. This is going to be one of the most heartbreaking Thanksgiving updates the WWE has ever seen. Again, if this is not a rumor or speculation, gossip, I will keep you updated with every new development throughout the day. Remember to click the bell, subscribe. If you would like to support the channel and help keep the show alive and help ensure that I can be bringing you breaking stories every single morning, afternoon, and night, very sad, drop a super thanks in the comments by using your credit card. Become a channel member to strengthen SeanzView. Your support generally helps save and fuel this very show. Thank you for being here, especially during stories that are this heavy. Viewers, fans, and subscribers, because there is no divide. We bring you it all, guys. We bring you it all. Because there is no downfall, guys. There cannot be a downfall. There can just be an upgrade. You got to be on the up and up. But as always, we go extended. We go exclusive. We go beyond the dirt for you in the WWE. Because this is SeanzView. Breaking news, guys. We are receiving word right now, according to the dirt sheets, the websites, and the newsletters at this time. Andrade says WWE has yet to sign off on contract shortening deal. Yes, you heard that right. Again, for the last several months, there's been a lot of rumor, a lot of gossip, a lot of controversy concerning Andrade, WWE, him going back to AEW, then being canceled and silenced off AEW. All these intangibles going into this, all the backlash, all the mayhem, all the drama is unfolding right before our very eyes. Ex-WWE star, painkiller addiction that almost took over their life. What is going on, guys? Well, former WWE star, known to fans as a member of the former Spirit Squad, has shared the truth behind his sudden WWE exit, and it's darker than anyone ever realized. Speaking on the Limpin' Ain't Easy, Jeter revealed that he walked away from his dream job because he was battling severe painkiller addiction that it was destroying his life from the inside out. Jeter said things spiraled so badly that he generally feared he wouldn't survive if he stayed on the road. I knew I had a really bad pain pill addiction, painkillers. And so for me, I just woke up one day and was like, you know what? I'm going to kill myself if I don't get help. So after one of the European tours, I went home, I called my parents, I told them everything, and then I went home and I got clean. When John Laurinaitis later called him to return to WWE, Jeter made it clear that he wasn't mentally or physically able to continue. When Johnny Ace called me to go to the road again, that's when I told him, like, hey, like, I'm in San Diego right now. I moved here for this reason. I told him what was going on, and he's like, well, you know, we have programs to help you with that. We would have taken care of it. I just said, you know, I thought about that, but I just thought this was my problem. I wanted to do it on my own, and also I didn't want it to be so public. I just didn't want to. It was always kind of got out in the dirt sheets. Laurinaitis then asked Jeter where he wanted to be, where he wanted to go, back in the road to developmental or somewhere else, and he chose none of the above. He had detailed how the addiction started small but quickly became terrifying. Again, this was a member of the former Spirit Squad in the WWE. Also, breaking news, the backstage reaction is being leaked online this morning, guys. It is being leaked online today. The backstage reaction to Brock Lesnar's embarrassing fall on WWE Raw revealed. Even Brock Lesnar isn't immune to gravity, and now we know what went down backstage after his unexpected slip on WWE Raw on Monday night earlier this week, right on Thanksgiving week, right on the week of the Survivor Series. During an appearance on the No Content Wrestling podcast, Bronson Reed pulled back the curtain on Lesnar's viral entrance mishap from the episode of Raw. The Beast was making his trademark pyro pose alongside, and it's very explosive. Paul Heyman, when he slipped on the ramp, tumbled to the ground and instantly popped back up as only Lesnar could. The moment instantly became a meme online, but what happened after the camera stopped rolling? What happened, viewers? Reed, who was in the ring at the time, didn't miss it, neither did anyone else. I saw him slip and somehow back roll, get straight back to his feet, and in my mind, I was like, he's going to laugh this off, which he seemed to do. He laughed it off. We got to business, or he's going to be very angry, and all these guys in the ring are going to pay for it. Thankfully for everyone involved, Lesnar chose laughter this time. When asked about the mood backstage, Reed said it was surprisingly relaxed. Lesnar himself acknowledged the slip and suggested something was on the ramp, possibly left over from a previous entrance. Everyone was quite chill about it. I think Brock himself said it. He walked through the curtain and he slipped on something. Drew said it in his entrance that he almost slipped. So I didn't know if it was someone had wet hair or some oil or something was out there on the entranceway. Was it Ben Gay? What was it? Reed admitted that if this had happened to almost anyone else, it would have killed their momentum on the spot. But Lesnar, he turned a fall into a flex. If this was someone else and they slipped, they'd probably fall on their ass, and that would be it. People wouldn't engage anymore from there. Hell, they probably wouldn't want to be seen on WWE television ever again. They probably want to see the light of day. But Brock Lesnar is a different kind of animal. Brock Lesnar is a different kind of beast. Even when he wipes out, Lesnar stays terrifying. But according to Reed, if a slip had to happen to anyone, it might as well have happened to the scariest guy in the building. Do you think that Brock Lesnar handled the Raw fall like a pro? Or would it have ruined the moment if it was anybody else? Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions on the entire thing. It's all about you. Also, Paige VanZant addresses potentially joining the WWE following her departure from the AEW company. Do you believe that Paige VanZant should return or should come and make a debut in the WWE? Do you think that she would be a good fit for World Wrestling Entertainment, or should she join TNA? Kevin Knight pulls off upset win against Darby Allin to advance in the AEW Continental Classic Gold League. Claudio Castagnoli drops Orange Cassidy with brutal uppercut to win the Continental Classic Blue League. Tony Storm reveals deathmatch stipulation for AEW Women's Tag Team Tournament semifinal. Also, breaking news on Jon Moxley at this time and at this hour. Jon Moxley survives a war with Mascara Dorada to score his first win in the AEW Continental Classic Blue League. Samoa Joe's AEW Championship celebration erupts into chaos after chain attack by Hangman Page and Swerve Strickland. The Babes of Wrath dominate Sisters of Sin to advance in the AEW Women's Tag Team Title Tournament. Kyle Fletcher stuns Kazuchika Okada in the AEW Continental Classic Gold League match. Also, former WWE star lands a massive AEW deal. Yes, the WWE star is coming to AEW. Your thoughts, your comments, and your emotions on all of that, because this is where we're at. This is what I do. This is the foundation. Viewers, I'm working on plenty more updates, plenty more headlines, plenty more breaking news. Remember to become a channel member today. Subscribe, click the bell, turn on all notifications, and remember to hype up the video below, because SeanzViewEnt knows it's all about you.